Welcome back to Character Creation. This is hey Jackie.
Hey Jared, how are ya?
I'm good. This is a special Easter egg bonus content.
Yeah, I'm the chick.
So we should, we actually have a girl playing in a role-playing game.
It's scary. I know it's scary for a lot of people.
So we're gonna release this, I guess, a little later after we've been playing for a little bit, and people are gonna get to see how your character creation happened, and also because it's an Easter egg, maybe we could work in like some secrets of our own, you know, that we have in our lives.
Oh, okay, that's
I'll
great.
start.
Sure, yeah. What secrets
I
you
have a recurring dream where I make out with my dad.
Wow, and is it pleasurable?
I don't like to really think about that.
Okay.
But yes, it is.
Oh, wow. Okay, this is good to know about our storyteller.
Yeah, so that's a little extra Easter egg for people who are getting into the character creation here.
In case you were curious
Yeah.
about what keeps you up at night. His lips were so soft.
Yes, there's definitely some vampire sensuality there.
Oh, yeah.
So, people keep telling me you're nervous about this.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm
Why?
very nervous about this. I'm not new to the world of, I guess, TTRPGs in general.
Played, quite a bit of D&D,
I've played quite a bit of D&D, and now I've gotten very used to that world. But I will say I am new to the vampire world. I have watched you guys play it, and I have read a bunch about it. But I'm also, a stoner that's not the best with details.
Okay.
So it kind of gets fuzzy.
Are you high right now?
I'm not. No, not while I work. Never while I
Have
work.
any here?
Oh, I've got some in my purse if you want me to.
Go get Jackie's weed so we can be high while we...
Yeah, I didn't know that's what we were doing today.
12:09 p.m.
Hell yeah, gotta start sometime.
I get...
Boink, 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 boink.
Okay, so...
Yeah, so I'm a little nervous about it.
I hear that. This stuff can be so overwhelming. It's so funny. You're like, want to pretend to be a vampire? And people are like, yeah. And you're like, first, paperwork.
Paper, and that's
At
the
least
scary
an
part.
hour's worth of paperwork. And sometimes the sheet can be a little intimidating because there's a lot of stuff on it. As you know,
It is.
D&D is a similar experience. This is actually, I think, a much easier game to play than D&D.
That's great.
And it's less like combat maneuver
Heavy.
strategy. It's more role-playing. It's more acting, improvising.
Which is great for me. And also, I love vampires. I love the world
They're
of
great.
vampires, yes. And I've read a lot about just vampires as a whole. So really, this is kind of a dream come true.
Do you have a favorite vampire thing?
It depends on the day. Honestly, right now, I'm currently in the 5th season of Buffy, and I
Nice.
complete for the first time.
Yeah.
And now I truly understand why everybody's obsessed with Buffy. I get
great.
it now. I mean, Buffy's insane, but I'm also currently reading the Sookie Stackhouse books for our Page 7 Patreon.
Are those the ones that were made into True Blood?
Correct.
Okay, I love True Blood as well.
Love True Blood. And the books are very different than the show,
Yes.
but I haven't watched the show.
I only watched the show. I like that the show was absolutely batshit insane.
I mean, the books are batshit too.
Okay, great.
Oh, they're batshit. But I think that it seems, if I'm picking up what people are putting down, that they like Sookie's like perseverance in the books a little bit better. She's not as naive, needs not as much help.
Okay, interesting.
So, I'm into lots of, I love kind of getting lost in the world of all the different kinds of vampires. And that's what's so exciting about Vampire the Masquerade. That it's like all the vampires are in one place. And
Yeah,
I
there's
think
all
it's fun.
all the different types kind of have a society together.
Yeah.
So a couple things. I'm just gonna let you know, and I sent emails about this earlier, but I'll just repeat it for anybody who's catching up with us. We're going with young vampires so that you can kind of learn about the world at the same time your character is. No, they could have been turned into a vampire when they're 58, but as a vampire, they are young.
They are young. Okay,
Yes.
I was about to ask that question. Youth in just age, or also could it be youth in vampire brain? So that's very good to know.
Right. So, I mean, the classic vampire is someone who got turned into a vampire when they were still young and beautiful.
Yeah.
But sometimes old people get turned into vampires as well. They call turning someone into a vampire what? Do you know that?
The embrace.
Embrace.
Which is very, very sexy.
It is.
Now, so that in this world, big question, you don't become hot and sexy when you become a vampire.
You do not. In fact, if you're a Nosferatu or some clans, you might become uglier. Or more repulsive.
But what if you are the more seductive kinds? Like, is there like an allure about you that just makes you hotter to other people?
Well, you have your disciplines. You may have presence that gives you a hypnotic, enchanting sort of aura that makes people want to know you, want to touch you, want to be with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, everybody's got that for me anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you have that.
Yeah, I've got that. I already have that.
I was telling Ross the other day that I sort of already have the power of dominate because of my extremely strong charisma.
Yes, it's palpable.
It's palpable. So we're gonna go with pretty young vampires, but they could be old people before they return into vampire. Up to you. And then we are going to call this storyline Bloodbath.
Fun.
So that just means if there's a way that, you can kind of work that into your character in some way, just understand that I want the story to have buckets and buckets of blood. I want it to be a bloody story.
Great. This works well for me. Yes.
And then finally, another thing to think about, and we came up with this for us, is a problem. Your character has a problem. It's kind of like your personal storyline.
Hell yeah.
And we'll try to work that into the story.
That's great.
Sometimes these dots and things you put on your sheet will suggest your storyline for you.
Cool.
Or sometimes you have to go, oh, I have an idea for this thing that's not really on the sheet, but can I have a dragon with a robot arm that wants to kill my sister? And I'll go, no, but cool idea.
Right, yeah, love that yes and.
It's my job to say no to you.
Good, I love a barrier. Now, for these, I know that we'll get there, but like, do we roll for these, or is this something that we talk through?
We talk through, and you're gonna fill out the amount of dots that you want on each of those attributes and skills. But let's begin at the beginning with the most important decision.
Okay.
Your vampire clan.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Jumping in with 2 feet.
So Ross went with a Malkavian, the clan of madness.
Okay, ooh, fun.
They have madness in their blood.
Yeah.
And because we're setting the game, another thing I should mention, we're setting the game in 2010's New York City.
Yes.
So like 2012, I think we're gonna start it.
Love that.
He went with a hipster, like a Brooklyn hipster.
Ooh, love that.
Film grad student vampire.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to say
but a Malkavian? Okay.
But a Malkavian,
Fun.
so it gets complicated. So you don't have to like make sure your character fits in with that. I'll figure that out.
Okay.
I'll do that lifting. But have you looked over the clans?
I have.
And do you have one you like?
I am between 2 of them.
Okay.
And I guess it depends on what my story is.
Okay.
And I obviously out the gate want to be a Toreador. I want to be the sexy, I want to be the Lestat, I want to be the, it's like I want that edge to me. But because I was thinking of the benefactress that would embrace me and like specifically in the world of my character. And I think that would be the kind of world that my character would be seduced by. But I'm also intrigued by the Ventru.
The Ventru, yeah.
But I think that in the world, because I'm thinking more in the world of like benefactress of Broadway, so I think she would be a Toreador.
Okay.
And I think that my character would be more seduced by that glam and want that a little bit more.
I love that. It sounds like you're leaning Toreador. If people don't know, the Toreador are the sensual clan. They are the clan of passion. They have a curse in their blood that makes them become obsessed with certain people and things that they find beautiful. And that's very much in the Lestat books.
Yeah.
They describe vampires as having these heightened senses that makes them like become enraptured by the view of like how a plant's leaves curl or how a diamond sparkles or something like
I have ADHD too.
Yes.
I mean, I completely understand getting lost.
Magical ADHD.
That's awesome.
Supernatural ADHD. And then also, I think that, I know that you like, that you've devoted your life to ACOTAR and things like that. And I think the Toreador are very much the romantasy option for vampire.
Yes.
And if you want, we could definitely make your storyline around that somehow, like forbidden love. Or, you know, that's a very Toreador idea. Don't let me put words in your mouth.
Okay.
I'm just saying if that's something that interests you.
Okay. Okay.
We can get real erotic with this shit, because I know that for a long time you've been wanting to sit at a table with me while I describe erotic scenes.
Erotic scenes, especially next to my brother as well. And
Yeah.
I think that is what I'm definitely looking for here.
Okay, great. It's gonna happen. So I'm joking, but in some games I've played, things get serious.
Wow. Okay.
And you've got to let that happen sometimes, and you've got to trust that I'm safe. We'll use all kinds of safety tools and stuff too, but all right.
I feel safe. Yeah.
The Ventru are the clan of kings. They are the leaders, or the self-proclaimed leaders of vampire society. They tend to be, you know, very wealthy European bankers.
Yeah.
The power behind the mayor, you know,
Yeah.
like political donors, mafia, you know, people, they tend to be, you know, the rulers. That is their whole thing. I don't know. I mean, does that appeal to you more than the Toreador? The Toreador sounds pretty cool. And did you say something about Broadway too?
Broadway, yeah.
Broadway?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You want to be like a Broadway?
No, do you want me to give a pitch of kind of what I've been thinking?
Sure.
Just like in general, I was kind of thinking about the kind of, especially set in 2010s New York, starting to think about my experience there and the kind of people that I interacted with. And as someone that, like, Henry and I grew up in Queens.
Yeah.
And so I feel like we had a very different connection to the city. And I'd really like my character to be someone that grew up out in Queens, lost her parents young, and she's got a younger brother that is either in a coma or something, that, like, he's somewhere where she needs to take care of him financially. And if there's one thing that I did a lot of when I was living in New York, it was cleaning other people's homes, because I was a nanny and I was a house manager for a while. And trying to think of what would, like, a girl from Queens loses her parents at 20, needs to, like, take the money that she has from her parents. What would she do with it? She's not going to go to school. I would see her putting it into herself to create a cleaning business where she starts working in the city, cleaning people's homes.
Okay.
Eventually works her way up, gets a really good stronghold over working for, like, 5-10 years. And so you get to, like, late 20s, early 30s. She starts working for this woman that is, like, this mysterious, like, Broadway benefactress, where she produces shows and she knows everybody. And this woman that, like, she loves the theater and has always been kind of drawn to the world of theater. So she goes to see shows, like my character. She goes to see shows, and she's seen this woman around, and eventually she starts, like, cleaning houses for people that she meets through, like, Broadway. She likes to meet, like, people that work behind the house so that she can get in for free, and she starts hiring these people to help her clean. I'd love to get to a point that she becomes friends with this benefactress and starts working for her, and she's a human, but in a way of testing her eventually through, like, I don't know if if I remind her of someone from her past life, or there's something about me that she sees that she's like, there's something in this bitch. And giving me the opportunity to start cleaning up after her parties.
Okay.
And after shows that she has, and starts bringing me in, notices that my heartbeat never changed. Like, I'm not scared of it. None of it scares me. I'm a badass Queens bitch that, like, I've seen everything.
Right.
I have no idea that it's vampires.
Puddles of cum, no problem.
No problem, but also blood everywhere. Like,
Right,
I feel
'cause
like
it's
it's
vampires.
Because they're vampires.
Right, 'cause they're
I'm
vampires.
just like, all right, so I've got guys that'll come, and, like, I am a good cleanup. And I'd like to start being known as a cleanup.
Okay.
And that I have a whole underground of people that I can connect to, like, get into places, and I just know a bunch of people that I grew up with. I read Julia Fox's memoir, right?
Okay.
This is a sidebar, right? Julia Fox's memoir was so crazy because I knew nothing about her, but she was like an it girl in New York that just ran rampant through New York. And when you grow up and go to school in New York, it's a large town, but a small town. And you kind of know everybody, or at least a good amount of people
Sure.
to get you into places. So that's kind of ish.
So I love that we're like, this is a fantasy role-playing game. You can do anything you want. And you were like, can I have a cleaning business?
I want to clean. I just feel like that's a great way to get into somebody's good graces.
So I agree. So I love this whole storyline. So here's how I would kind of frame it a little bit.
Hit me.
First of all, I like this brother, right? And you're about to come up with touchstones, which are people who are important to you.
Yes.
But he's not in a coma. We want him to be able to talk to you.
Okay, great.
We want you to be able to interact, right? He's got some kind of problem, but let's just make him conscious.
Okay,
So
great.
we can talk to him.
Okay.
Next, the Toreador are extremely, as you put it earlier, glam. They are, they are kind of one of the high-class clans, right? Most Toreador would really be aghast at someone embracing a cleaning woman, okay?
Right.
But maybe that's what's cool about the storyline. So maybe this is a Cinderella story. You have a cleaning company, and we can even turn that into dots of like allies and people that can get you into places. Love that, okay? But this vampire has now raised you up. You don't have to do that anymore. Now you are a vampire diva,
Right.
princess predator.
And I imagine then you don't have to clean anymore, because I feel like at that point, then I'm just fucking running everybody.
Well, I mean, how does that affect your mind, your morality to go from, these are classic stories, rags to riches, like what happens to someone. And then it's even more exaggerated by vampirism because it's rags to now I'm immortal and I can make people do what I want by thinking at them.
Right.
Right? Like, what does that do to this character? Does she keep herself? She's a hard worker, right?
Right. Yeah.
Does she keep that center, or does she lose herself to the temptations of the blood?
God, I think I would.
I have one more pitch I want to make you, though.
Hit me.
You had a woman that had hired her.
Yeah.
And there was some solidarity there, right? Ladies helping ladies. But what if it was like a vampire who's like an extremely handsome man, and he had a thing for his cleaning lady, so much so that he turned her into a vampire? Or what if it was a woman who had such a thing for her? You like that?
Can we make it sapphic, please?
Let's make it sapphic. Let's make it sapphic. So,
yeah, that's great. That's good for me. Yeah, I like that.
A lady Christian Grey kind of
and like a May December romance too.
Yes.
I mean, really May December.
Right.
I mean, that's quite a bit of difference between us.
And the other Toreador are horrified that he has raised up a cleaning woman.
Yeah.
Although maybe not all of them know. It could even be like,
I'm just her pet.
maybe
for a
you
while.
want to, maybe you're keeping it a secret, but the game will begin when you are introduced to vampire society in some ways.
Okay.
So, and you may have been her secret or under her tutelage.
Yeah, over her tutelage. Yeah, inside her tutelage.
You could have been very deep in her tutelage for, years.
Yeah.
I mean, even a decade, because time for vampires is insane.
Right.
So, okay, I love this. I think we're ready to start putting things on paper.
Whoa, okay.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, great. So, you'll see all these little things at the top.
Great.
You for clan, right? Toreador.
Yes, I can.
And don't worry about spelling. And I'm also going to make sure that you have a digital version of this later. Okay, and
that's how you spell it.
we kind of know who your sire is, right? Let me take a look here. We don't know.
Desire.
We don't know the sire's name yet, but we know that you have one.
Yeah, she's
let's
gonna
see.
be hot.
Oh, for sect.
Can her name be Bernadette?
Yes, it can.
Yes.
A sect is the Camarilla. So important to note that you guys are working for the Camarilla because they're sort of like the vampire Illuminati who have like laws that they expect other vampires to follow. They strongly enforce the Masquerade, never letting mortals know that vampires exist. And it would mean that you are kind of, at least as our game begins, working for the hierarchy of vampires in New York. You are not rebelling against them.
Also, and it is said Camarilla. It is said
Camarilla.
Or is
Camarilla.
it Camarilla? Camarilla.
You know what? I'm not gonna kick you out of bed for saying Camarilla.
I just didn't know if it was like the double L, like Camarilla. Yeah, I didn't know
I
if
said
it was.
Camarilla for years, and then I started watching actual plays where they played vampire, and they said Camarilla.
Okay, I'm glad this is why we're asking these questions. I have no idea. I was just reading it.
I'll have a definite answer by the time we start playing.
Love that. Great.
Okay, the chronicle is Bloodbath. And you've got your clan and your sect, the Camarilla. So we're ready to do your attributes. So your attributes are your physical, social, and mental aptitudes. They're sort of like inborn into your character. They're not things you've learned, you know?
Okay.
And we are going to start with one of those attributes at 4, 3 attributes at 3, 4 at 2, and 1 at 1. So that's how many dots they get.
Okay.
So one of those things gets 4 dots. And one thing I find helpful, and I did this with Ross, is to look at the Toreador powers that you're going to get later and make sure that you're putting dots in places where those powers will work well for you.
Because it's presence.
Yes, you get presence, celerity, and auspex.
And auspex. Okay.
So auspex, Ross took none of, even though he had access to it.
Why?
He took dominate.
Is that brain stuff?
Auspex is more like perceiving things, like heightened senses, sensing the invisible, telepathy, those kinds of things.
You have to like. I was trying to understand the auspex, but you have to learn it over time. Like so, it's like I have auspex, but like you got baby auspex.
Right. You might have 1 dot on auspex. Right, which means you only have like heightened senses.
Oh, now the dots make sense. I'm so stupid. I'm not stupid. I'm beautiful and I'm a goddess.
Yeah.
But I'm not the smartest. It makes sense that because I kept seeing the dots and reading stuff on the White Wolf wiki, and I was like, I guess I get more dots as time goes dots. Like
so every time you put a dot in, you get another power, right? So and if you have 2 dots, you can take a level 2 power.
Great.
So no problem. So auspex and celerity, which is preternatural vampire speed, which allows you to like dodge bullets and stuff, or be like graceful like a cat or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there is presence, which it's not like dominate. Dominate's like you hypnotize and force people to do your bidding. Presence is like people become obsessed with you.
Yeah, they
fall in love with you.
Yeah.
They want to be near you. You exude this sort of vampire pheromone or something.
So cool.
So,
this is the problem, Jared. How do we become vampires in real life? And is this something that we're going to figure out as the game goes on?
Let me tell you something. People play these games and they do not want to go back to real life, and I get it, but
I'm nervous.
Fortunately, Jackie, there's no such thing as real vampires, and you can't become one.
Why?
It's important to draw lines and boundaries. Hey, if you're out there listening, don't start thinking you're a vampire and then go like shoot a kid like in a parking garage.
Yeah, don't do that.
This stuff is for adults. You're not a vampire. You're a person.
You're breaking me, Jared.
If you need help, right now we're putting on the screen a place you can get help.
Welcome.
Okay.
There's got to be a vampire hotline.
Pretty sure that happened just now. Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's look at presence. For presence powers, it looks like you generally need. Where are you at here?
You just do that.
As you can do that. As I assumed, you'll need like social attributes like manipulation.
Yes.
Let's see.
Yes.
Charisma.
Yes.
So those things become important with presence. Then like For celerity, a lot of these early ones don't require any kind of roll at all.
Okay.
Except for a rouse check. We'll get into what that means. But of course, for celerity, sometimes dexterity, which is like, how fast, agile you are, comes into play. So dexterity can be part of celerity. And then auspex, a lot of auspex powers, looks like they're using wits.
Yeah, what is the difference between intelligence and wits?
Wits would be like, instead of like where intelligence is like book learning and logic, and I went to university, wits is like I'm a quick thinker.
Great.
Street.
I got
Exactly.
wits. I definitely got wits.
It often has a lot to do with noticing things,
Cool.
Which is why they're, it's important in auspex.
Great.
Okay? So 4 in one of these things. And I will say, vampires are always really social. Ross's character is pretty strong social.
Great.
You can also be that, but the character you described to me didn't necessarily sound like she sounded like a smart, hard worker.
Yeah.
But she's starting to become like this sort of like vampire.
Right. So I don't think that she would
personality.
I think that she would. That is going to be the hardest part for her in becoming a vampire. I believe it's going to be trying to become beautiful, like trying to be seductive. I know that she will already be it, but I imagine that like the brain disconnect will also be like, but I am naturally like this.
Yeah.
But also her internal struggle with like being a hard-ass worker bitch from Queens.
I mean, she probably would have a lot of wits.
I think she would have a lot of wits.
Go 4 on wits?
I think I'm gonna. So only one can have 4 in all of the attributes.
That's right. You can only pick 1 4. She also could be just really physically like healthy and strong. So you might put 4 into her dexterity.
Yes.
'Cause she's like moving, working. She might be a great physical specimen, which is why your sire noticed you.
Yeah, you talking about physical specimens?
Exactly.
Now, would you recommend, now you said that Ross has more social skills, so would you recommend that I go more into the world, like put 4 as dexterity instead of wits?
Some people might say yes, but I gotta tell you, I think it doesn't really matter that much. If you're someone who is a little bothered that someone might have a similar aptitude as you in the game, like you want to have your own special thing that's just your thing.
Yeah,
but it's not like D&D where like you have to have a strong guy and have to have a wizard and have to have a.
That was what my question. Yeah, it's like, is it okay? Great.
Yeah.
So then I think that. Honestly, I think her wits are that's what she's going to be relying. I think that her street knowledge and I think that's going to be the most important for her because she is very good. She was already, I believe, preternaturally good at reading people.
Yeah.
Reading rooms, already was aware of shit just because she grew up poor. So I think I'm going to go 4 in wits.
4 in wits, and keep in mind that means we should probably go in on auspex when we do your powers.
Okay.
Because that is a good attribute for auspex. Okay, and then you get, it says 3 attributes at 3.
Now, I
bet she has a lot of resolve.
She does. She does have a lot of resolve.
She probably has a lot of composure.
She does.
She doesn't like lose her shit when stuff gets hard.
And you can gain attributes as time goes on.
Oh yeah, and you can even use your blood to pump them up in the moment for 1 turn.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Okay, then I guess so. I've got wits. I think I apologize. Difference between composure and resolve.
Yes. So resolve would be like how much you believe in what you want to do and how hard it is to sway you away from your chosen path. And composure is like a lot of it means you're unflappable. Like you've seen it all.
Okay, so composure. Then I'm gonna go
you
3
definitely have
composure.
some.
Yeah, I've seen everything. Nothing scares me. And I especially I think that's why also in the world I feel like once she finds out vampires exist, I feel like she'd just be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't think it would even bother her.
It's arguably a better world than the one we're in now.
I mean, why do you think people are out there pretending like they're vampires, Jared, having having to call hotlines.
I know it's a comfortable, better world where people are having their blood sucked out of their bodies by undead parasites. Okay, so then we have. So did you do 3 at 3? Give me a 3 and a couple more.
Oh,
okay,
okay,
you might want
great.
to put like 3 into dexterity to give her a
Okay, great.
physical thing.
Love that. 3 into dexterity.
And then maybe in her resolve, or maybe her resolve is a little weaker now that she's become a vampire. Maybe you wanna make sure she's not useless socially. You might put it into manipulation or charisma.
I feel like it might be charisma or manipulation because I think that she's gonna have to like also rely on that because it is specifically not the vampire. I know she's getting known the vampire world, but also to get to know the fancy world.
Yes.
And so would you recommend a charisma or a manipulation? Now, manipulation might be more important because I am lower class and I need people to think that I'm not.
I think that a manipulation streak is kind of cool.
Okay.
Manipulative streak.
Yeah, because also I think she doesn't want to be manipulative, but I think she's got to do what she's got to fucking do.
She's got to do what she's got to do to survive. So then we have 4 attributes at 2, and 2, just so you know, is completely average in this world.
Okay, great. That's definitely intelligence, I would say. I think that she's definitely witty, but not the brightest bulb.
Right.
I would say
She sounds pretty resolute. I would throw 2 into that at least.
yes.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think for physical?
She could have a 1 strength. I think that she. But what would
I think she can take a hit.
Yeah.
I think
stamina is like taking a hit.
I think so. I think stamina. I would assume because I think that I'll keep even if I'm down. I'm gonna keep going.
Okay, great. Yeah, give her the 2 stamina, and then do you want to because the final attribute is just 1 dot. So do you have just 1 strength or do you have just 1 charisma?
And then or you have none of the either.
So one of these is going to have 2 and one's going to have 1.
Gotcha. But I can get stronger, right?
Yeah, sure.
Or is that bad?
You can pump your blood to get more strength dice. You can. It's called a blood surge.
I need something to protect me. I'm going to do strength. I'm going to do 2 in strength.
2 in strength, 1 in charisma. So she's manipulative, but not very likable.
Ooh, that's kind of fun.
It's interesting.
Because there are people like that. I mean, there's so
Absolutely.
many people like that where you're just like, you're kind of a bitch.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's something about you.
Yeah, but I kind of have to do what you say because.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm
talk me
going
into a
that.
corner.
Yeah.
Go that way. Go that
I'm
way.
gonna go that way, but I'll rip off your fucking arm. I guess now. I don't know. With 2, can I rip off an arm?
Probably not.
Can I go?
Probably not going to be ripping off any arms, but
Okay.
Who knows? I mean, who knows? So, all right, now we're going to do your skills, and you have to kind of choose.
There's so many of them.
There are a lot, but don't worry. It gets pretty simple. This is the simple part, actually, of the character creation.
Oh.
So you're gonna pick a spread, which is like jack of all trades, which means you're good at like a lot of things, but not super good at them. Balanced, which is, as you'd imagine, pretty balanced, right? Or specialist, where you're awesome at 1 thing or 2 things, and then everything else you're a little weaker in.
Okay.
So
Now, in this capacity, I know that attributes is not so much so as in D&D. Like with skills, is that something that the 3 of us, should have disparate skills, or does that not matter?
I think that, yeah, I mean, again, for my game, I don't think it matters too much.
Okay,
I mean,
cool.
we try not to overlap too much, you know?
Yeah.
If you also wanted to be a vampire filmmaker, I'd say no.
Yeah.
But I
But
think
like,
that your
do I need to
character-
know what Ross kind of did for this?
Of course, he did like a lot of he did jack of all trades, so he has dots everywhere.
Cool. Okay.
He did a lot of kind of like arty kind of things, you know, or socially things, because he was.
Is he an editor or is he a director? What is
He's
he?
a director.
Okay. All right.
A director
Okay. I get that.
Of strange avant-garde films.
Fun. Okay. Great.
And there's a little bit of synergy with the Toreador there too. Malkavians and Toreador are different clans, but the Toreador love art. Right?
Yes.
So there could be some connection there somehow. I think balanced is just a good way to go if you're not sure.
Okay.
I don't see what you'd be a specialist at.
I don't think I would. And even in looking at this, the only thing that I would think would be like a streetwise or like investigation, because I imagine she's really good at going through people's shit and not having anybody know. But I think I'm going to go jack of all trades. I'd say like out the gate, she's not. She hasn't had enough time to really become a specialist. I don't think of any of these things. Like maybe a little bit more awareness.
And you like jack of all trades more than balanced, which is fine.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. Oh, I don't.
So balanced would be like you get 3 skills at 3 dots, 5 skills at 2 dots, and 7 skills at 1 dot. But for a jack of all trade, you get 1 skill at 3 dots, 8 skills at 2 dots, and 10 skills at 1.
Oh, okay. So I want to do balance.
You want to do balance?
I'd
Okay,
like to
great.
do balance.
So
yes.
let's see. It starts with 3 skills at 3. So pick 3 things at 3. And I love that you said that you really like streetwise and investigation.
Yes,
those are completely fine to put your 3 dots in.
Great.
Ross did have a lot of insight, but it sounds like you really said you're good at reading people. That's what the skill insight is.
Oh, so should I not do investigation and put 3 in insight, or
you have 3 skills at 3? You can put them in all 3 of those if you want. You could do like 3 streetwise, 3 insight, 3 investigation. That's fine. 3 investigation might be high for a lady that runs a cleaning company.
Yeah, so maybe not that. Maybe you wouldn't do insight and awareness though, or could you?
Sure, awareness is completely
maybe like
different.
A stealth.
Sure, you could do it there.
Because I also feel like being lower class, even though I know she's a Toreador and she's so hot and she's so and people are drawn to her, but I think that's why it might be an asset in the world of Toreador that she is also kind of. Oh no,
she's a fish out of water a little bit.
Yeah, but
and you know what's funny to me is like these books are always like that too, like. Shades of Grey is like, she's not just some arm candy.
Oh, she's not. I always say
serious businesswoman.
Not like the other girls.
She's not like those other girls.
Yeah,
she
like
grew
Bella,
up
not like the other girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. She probably has a job. I love that. But
so lean into that. I think that's great.
Okay, great.
A Toreador who's actually worked for a living. That's interesting.
Great. Okay, cool. And you don't think? Okay, you do think this is interesting and not stupid, right? Like that it is like a.
I know that my voice sometimes sounds like I think everything is stupid. But I actually think this is really cool.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't like, it's interesting that you're going to try to do that.
Hey man, we can, like, look, it's a story that changes the whole time. So if something's not working for us, we'll change it in the story.
Yeah, okay,
but I think
great.
Right now, I think this sounds cool.
Great, and I'm trying to not be too inspired by season 2 of Interview with the Vampire, and I don't know if you watched the show.
I haven't seen it yet.
Bro, the show is so good.
Be inspired by that.
So, because like Lestat is like running essentially a vampire theater that no one knows is a vampire theater. I feel I got big dreams, Jared, in the game. I got big dreams.
I think we can get there for you.
Okay, so
Maybe
we're
even
going
by the end of this character creation.
You think so? What? You think so?
Who knows? Okay, so it sounds.
Oh my God, you are right. I was already like, we're almost done. And the way you just said, sounds like we're not almost done.
We are getting started. Insight sounds important to you, so I would give you 3 dots.
All right, 3 dots in insight.
Yeah, that sounded important to you.
Great.
Ross can do that too, but it's fine for 2 people to be able to do it.
Okay, great.
Okay, it sounds like she ran her own company. Leadership might be important.
That's a great idea.
Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
because especially with the what is it? Presence. Jared,
Sure.
you'll get used to me. We'll figure each other out. You'll be speaking Japanese.
I knew
by the end of
exactly
this.
what you meant.
All right, so let's do 3 in streetwise and 3 in leadership.
Great, I love that.
Great.
Okay, so now we need to pick 5 skills at 2 dots. 5 skills that are at 2 dots.
Okay.
Look, I love your idea of a little bit of stealth. That sounds great.
Great.
I think that subterfuge is great if you're good at manipulation. That's like lying and stuff.
Yes. Okay, so 2 for subterfuge.
Okay, we got 4 more at 2.
2 for stealth. Yes.
Yeah. you could
Drive. I'm sorry, I'm a lady.
Yeah. My period got all over the steering wheel. How about athletics? Because it could describe like why, like she's in great shape from working hard, but then also like, you know, this lady sire saw something in her, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, she's
Maybe an athlete. I mean, don't let me force you at anything.
Oh, I think she saw something she liked.
Yeah.
I'm going athletics. Sure.
Okay.
I feel like also, and maybe I'm bringing too much of my past life into this. This is like, I think I'm seeing her very much similar to me, where it's like, I used to play softball. Like, I was a stock. It's like, try and knock me over. Jared, you want to try?
Yeah, no.
You want to try and knock me over? I have a low center of gravity.
Yeah, that's great. That's good. Yeah, I think there's even a merit we can get called low center of gravity.
Yeah, hell yeah. I want to be known for it.
Okay, so we have 1, 2. How many skills do we have?
I have
2.
3 skills at 2.
Okay,
right
2
now.
more at 2. So what looks good to you here? If you think that she'd be good at dealing with the politics of the kindred, you could take some politics. If you think that she is very aware of, you know what? She has high wits. She'd probably be very aware of what's going on around her. Awareness would be good for 2 dots.
Great.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like maybe, she's manipulative. She could have etiquette, right? That's important in kindred society.
Oh.
She runs her own company. She could have finance.
Oh, finance. Yes,
around.
I think it's finance. I think that like she is someone that like if you need money, if we need to figure out how, like I can get us money.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I can figure that out.
Okay, great.
I'm scrappy.
And then you now get 7 skills at 1 dot.
Okay. All right. I should definitely I need to do something to physically protect myself.
Yes. Do you want to take 1 in brawl?
Yes, I would like to. And then, now does that mean, now with the 1, is it similar to attributes where it's like you can just brawl? You are able to brawl.
Yeah. You can even brawl if you didn't have any dots in brawl, but you're not going to roll as many dice, so you probably won't be as good at it.
Oh, so each dot is how many dice you roll?
Yes. Something I should have mentioned.
Learning things! You know, I'm here to ask the stupid questions.
That's a good
God.
question. You could even give her a gun and take 1 in firearms, or a knife, or a.
I think she's carrying a knife on her at least. She's
take
definitely
1 in melee.
Okay, melee, great. Yeah,
why not?
she can definitely whip out a fucking box cutter at least.
Beautiful. Then they got 5 more at 1 dot. I mean, with these 1 dots, I'm like, go nuts.
Go nuts.
You don't really need to like have a rationale for every one of them.
Definitely survival. I think that she's scrappy as hell. She can figure anything out. Definitely etiquette, because you had brought up I would need at least something in that world, or at least I'm starting to learn the world of etiquette and actively trying to.
Right. Yeah.
I'd love probably 1 in persuasion.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
I would say 1 in performance as well.
What does she perform?
Now, is performance also a part of like the masquerade? Like, is it like because I would see her becoming this sapphic plaything of sorts as I get introduced to the world. I could definitely like see that she views going into every interaction like at these parties as a performance.
That would probably be more subterfuge, which you already have, like
Great,
lying to
okay,
people.
Great.
Performance would be literally like, I'm good at playing an instrument, or I can sing, or I can dance.
But I do love it, though.
Dance.
Whoa, I wish. I think that's part of it, though. I think I wish I could.
Right.
And I think that's why I love Broadway. I think I like going to see the shows because I always was drawn to that, but I was always like, that's for pussies who've got money and who have time on their hands.
I love this really cynical bitch from the streets who likes to go and watch Les Miserables.
I mean, it's me, Jared, but a vampire.
Yes.
It's me. But no, I do. But I think that she is drawn to that world, and that's why this is something that not only like she may not know a lot about this, but she's gonna get good at it.
Great.
Okay, so great. Let's do then. I
3
guess
more 1 daughters.
I guess I should do something in the world of like a politics or a science or something, right?
Politics is a good idea.
Politics?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Not that I know anything in,
You can even take science and do chemicals because she had a cleaning company.
Oh, that's
Who knows?
fun.
How do you get rid of a body? You have. Oh, I know how to do it.
That's fun. Wait, should
know?
I get rid of politics
How do
and
you
put in
clean up
science?
blood? How do you clean up blood?
Yes. Oh my God, thank God there's an
How do you
answer.
clean up blood? You got to have science.
Oh,
You can't do it with
You're right.
literature.
you're damn freaking right. Give me that science, bitch.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get 1 more 1 daughter, if I'm not mistaken.
Then I'd love to put it into intimidation.
Yes, that sounds right. Oh, she's shaping up nicely. All right,
my
now
dots.
we're gonna do your disciplines. Those are those special vampire powers we talked about earlier. You are going to look at your clan disciplines. We talked about what those are. You're gonna put 2 dots in one and 1 dot in the other.
Oh.
We know that you're high on wits, so you'd be pretty good at the auspex stuff.
Auspex. So I just write down auspex?
Yeah, just put auspex and put 2 dots beside it. And I'm going to let you know, well, in a little while, we'll choose exactly what powers that you have. Because
Okay.
there's a little bit of a choice there. But I'm going to just let you know, like, the kind of stuff you can get. Like you'll
reading
have
minds,
heightened
right?
senses, or a power where you can see things that are invisible, which vampires are often using obfuscate to hide themselves. At level 2, you can get premonition, where you experience flashes of insight. Basically like spider sense.
Wait, now, so with that, like, insight, is it like what people are going to do, or just more, is it like a heightened awareness?
It says that whenever the storyteller deems it appropriate, this power gives the character a sudden hint that aids them in some way. That might be good because you say you're a new player.
Yeah.
So I could sometimes be like, get a sudden premonition that you should go to the fucking junkyard, Jackie.
Okay, great. See, I do like that. That is fun.
It's kind of cool. And you can also call for them yourself. Like you can roll a dice pool.
Insight!
Yeah,
You just scream it.
that's a great one. And then you need to choose which of your disciplines you get 1 dot in.
Okay, so it's presence
Presence.
and then the
Auspex
speed
and celerity.
So, presence. I think I'm going presence. I'd love to be fast, but I think that presence is going to get me further.
I think it makes sense because you need to be able to navigate these very dangerous, intrigue-laden vampire courts. So at level 1, you'll be able to get something called Awe, which uses your manipulation plus your presence, and it will add your presence rating to any skill involving persuasion or performance.
Persuasion or
As well as to other
okay.
charisma-related rolls.
Oh, that's great, because I don't have a lot of performance or persuasion, so then that would bump that up.
It would bump it up.
Great.
Yeah.
Now, can I obtain celerity in the future?
Yes, and you may obtain it in our next step.
Okay. All right. So write down
Presence, and then give yourself 1 dot.
Does it matter which place I write it in?
Nope.
Great.
Totally up to you. Now we are zipping right back up to the top of the character sheet.
I don't know how to spell the word presence. I don't know how to spell the word presence. Presence.
Presence. Yeah, you had it.
Oh, okay. I had it. I mean, you're watching me right there. Everyone's going to see that I got it spelled wrong.
Believe in yourself, Jackie. Believe in yourself.
I don't. I need you to believe in me for me.
I do.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so now we're gonna do your predator type, and your predator type gives you Sapphic. It gives you specialties. It gives you a dot of a discipline, and it gives you some advantages and flaws. So let's see, 175. So your predator type is kind of how you feed. Like, what is your feeding style? For example, there's a predator type called a bagger. That's someone who usually just eats bagged blood instead of feeding off of people, right?
That's not as good. That's old blood.
It's old blood. It's got chemicals in it. There's a lot of things that go along with being a bagger that other vampires might look down on. There's also a type of vampire called a farmer who only feeds off of animals generally.
But also that blood it's not as vampiric, right? It's
It doesn't
not as
slake
good.
as much thirst. It doesn't slake as much hunger, rather.
Right.
So let me give you some other types, okay? There is the alley cat. That's someone who basically grabs people in alleyways and takes the blood by force.
Fun.
There is a blood leech. That is someone who generally feeds from other vampires. Now, draining another vampire dry and killing that vampire is the highest crime in vampire society, the amaranth or diablerie, they call it. However, vampires do have this sort of economy of feeding that goes on where, like, your sire might be the main way you get blood. Like, your sire, you do things your sire wants you to do, and then she gives you a little taste, you see? But the more you drink from another vampire, the more you become blood-bound to them, meaning it's very hard to go against their wishes after you've tasted their sweet, sweet blood a few times.
Cool.
Okay? So that's an option, the blood leech.
I'm not getting turned on right now. It's fine. I'm not thinking about having sex. I am a fangbanger, all right?
Yeah. There is the consensualist, which is someone who feeds only on people who have consensually given their blood. Sometimes they'll pretend to be like a blood drive person, or like that's their
fun.
That's their
thing.
kink. Maybe it's their kink.
Okay.
Or they might just tell people that vampires are real, which is not allowed.
Not
right?
allowed. Not allowed.
There's a sandman, someone who uses stealth to feed on people while they're kind of asleep, you know, or unaware. That's not creepy at all.
Yikes.
Siren, you feed almost exclusively during or while feigning sex, and you rely on your disciplines, seduction skills, or unquenchable appetites of others to conceal your carnivorous nature. So a siren feeds during sex. Ross took a type called a scene queen.
Oh, he wasn't a siren?
He was not. I mean, he could have been, but he wasn't.
I don't know him yet, so I'm making up what he's like.
For you, I'm feeling like the blood leech is interesting, but it creates all kinds of story issues, which I think story issues are good. It creates problems, it creates challenges, or the siren, but I don't know if your character is that like.
Yeah, she's not. I want to go siren, but I don't think that my character would be a siren. I don't think that that's. I don't think necessarily. I think that she's definitely loves banging that other vampire, but I think other than that, it's.
Yeah, and your character owned her own business, which means that she is very business-minded, and being a blood leech would mean she could take jobs from other vampires, and the payment is I get to feed from you.
Oh,
right.
But then they all have control over me?
No, because you have to feed from someone like 3 or more times for them to start to have control over you.
Okay, so.
And then if you don't see them for a couple weeks, that control starts to go away.
Okay.
So you could take a job for someone and then not see them for 6 months, and you would not really ever fall under their sway.
Okay, so this could be like client-based. This is like who I go and part of it, and if I'm not cleaning anymore, if I do show up, I'm showing up to get some blood. Like I'm there to get a little taste.
I think it's interesting.
I could do that. I think that also with like I feel like with our parties and stuff like that too. I feel that like because I imagine me and my girl are having I think we're having parties.
You're Toreador. You're having parties.
Having big parties. So I imagine that like they're not all orgies, but I would assume that there's going to be sections of us like we can suck. Right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you're having.
They have fun suck,
and
right?
just because you take the predator type blood leech doesn't mean that's all you ever do.
Okay, great.
But this is a good one to pick if you think your character doesn't really like to feed on humans who, it's kind of like the humans are victims, right? Like, I don't know how she feels about that.
I think she's still connected. I think that she is still like hardcore, like loyal to her family. Like I think she's so loyal to her family that she still does care about humans. I think that she still is like we don't need, like, let's do what we have to, not just ripping them apart. You know what I mean?
All right, I think this is a good one for you. Okay. And I don't think I've ever had someone play this because people are always like, "Am I going to be controlled by everybody?" And it's like, no, but that's something you have to navigate.
I also think it's a fun connection to have.
Exactly.
Because then it's like it is like the world of LA, where it's like it's all in who you know.
Yeah.
And so it's like it is a more intimate connection.
Yes.
With someone that I could need later on.
And it you know. Giving characters problems makes the characters more fun. It's truly true. You can add a specialty. This is the first thing you get. A specialty in brawl or stealth. And the specialty would be regarding other vampires. So you would be good at like wrestling or fighting with other vampires.
Okay.
Or stealth, you'd be good at like not being heard by other vampires. But that's interesting to me because that's a little bit assuming that you are like taking other vampires' blood by force. And that's not what you're doing.
No.
So we'll give you a specialty in something else. We're just going to change the rules for that.
Okay, cool. Now, do you want me to write down blood leech? I apologize.
Yeah, write down blood leech, but under your predator type at the top.
Great.
You gain 1 dot of celerity or protean. Protean? Protean is the vampire discipline of transformation. It's how vampires turn into wolves and bats and things like that. Of course, at 1 dot, you're not getting that power. Sorry, Jackie. But there's also celerity, which you already have as an option. You know,
okay.
You could take 1 dot in that, and you'd be like a very pure Toreador with all of the Toreador powers.
So I could either be fast, or I could, in time, be able to become like a shifter of sorts.
That's correct. In time, Jackie. In time.
Okay, if it's
at level 1,
What's level 1 then?
The protean powers at level 1 are Eyes of the Beast. You get a red gleam in your eyes that lets you see in the dark.
Cool.
Or this one's wild. Weight of the Feather. You can reduce your effective mass and density, making yourself almost weightless.
I can thinner myself?
Yeah, it allows you to avoid triggering pressure sensors, as well as avoiding major damage from falls, collisions, or being thrown.
That's interesting.
It's interesting. I think sometimes vampires are like roof runners. You know, they're doing the what do you call it? What's
like the Edward, like the baseball run in Twilight?
I want to say capoeira, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Isn't that Brazilian
street running?
Dance fighting?
Parkour! Sometimes vampires are like parkour, like up on rooftops, like sitting like gargoyles, and they're like jumping from roof to roof. And if they have light as a feather, they're not. If they fall, it's not a big deal. It's like I meant to do that.
Okay. Yeah. So, do you think I should go traditional?
I think you should do whatever you want.
I hate that.
Seeing in the dark is even pretty fucking cool.
I know. It's like my problem is, it's like Jackie. You have to think as the character, not as Jackie. I got excited because Jackie turning into a wolf sounds really great.
Yeah, it does.
But now, in the gameplay, with the amount of dots that you get over time, like in Bloodbath, in this chronicle,
yes,
would I be able to get to a point of shifting, or is that something that like takes way longer?
You'd be starting at 1 dot. You probably wouldn't get to shifting within like 10 episodes.
Okay.
But if the chronicle goes a long time because people love it and there's a lot of support from the audience,
and everybody's obsessed with how sexy of a vampire I am,
then yes, eventually you could get there. And sometimes in my chronicles, I do time jumps and just let people take a pile of XP.
Oh, like Riverdale.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm gonna do celerity.
You're gonna do celerity. Okay, take 1 dot of celerity.
It's a bad decision. I'm gonna do celerity. I'm going celerity. I'm making a decision. I'm writing it down.
Okay, great. Celerity. Give yourself 1 dot of celerity, and I am just going to.
I want to move fast. I want to be able to
let you know a little bit what you're doing with a 1 dot of celerity. With 1 dot of celerity, your character will either have cat's grace, where you don't even have to make rolls to balance in like if you're like running along rooftops or like along clotheslines or standing on the roof of a car while it's moving. These kind of action scenes sometimes come up. Cool. Your character would be supernaturally graceful. Or you can take rapid reflexes with 1 dot, which means you're so fast you can dodge bullets. So normally when we're doing a gunfight in Vampire, people who are getting shot at have some disadvantages to not getting shot because bullets move so fast.
Right.
But not for you.
Oh.
We'll come back. We'll come back to that.
Oh.
So, right. We have...
I've never been fast before.
Yeah. You're fast now. Let me just find...
It's crazy because canonically Zebrowski's very slow.
Yeah, well, that's why this is a fantasy, you know?
Yeah, no. See, I know this. It's like I'm cleaning as a fantasy, but I'm sexy cleaning as a fantasy. Like, that's great.
I really like it when people base things on their real life, because I think that that's incredibly, it gives you a lot of juice, a lot of narrative juice.
Well, it's been interesting because, you know, my husband also is a DM, and so in talking with him, like, through through all of this of like all the things you could be, and it's right. It's like the world is never ending, and you can do absolutely anything. But when you're new at it, wouldn't you want to be like something a little bit closer to like things you're aware of? Like I knew I wasn't going to be like crazy politically savvy because I'm not, and I don't even know if I can improv that. Like I haven't tried that yet. Doesn't mean I can't, but it's like let's stick in a wheelhouse, you know?
You know, what I always like to do is let people roll first and see how well they did or poorly, and then role play off of that. You know, it's like, because if you did a terrible job, then you can like do a terrible monologue to the prince or whatever. Okay, so it says you've gained your 1 dot of celerity. It says you lose 1 dot of humanity. No, I don't agree with that here. I don't think you would.
And is that for blood leech?
That's for blood leech.
And does that mean it takes away from your looks?
But then it increases your blood potency by 1, and that does make sense. So I am going to lose that dot of humanity and increase your blood potency.
And so what do those things mean?
Your humanity is a meter that we're going to keep track of during the entire game. And when you do awful, unethical, monstrous things, it goes down and you lose your connection to your human self. If your humanity ever goes to 0, you become an unthinking monster.
And can you do anything? Like, can you get your humanity back?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Your blood potency is how strong the supernatural power of your blood is. Older vampires usually have more of it. You know, a vampire that was made into a vampire in medieval times, who has survived, like, probably has higher blood potency because they're lower generation. The generations are important. So, like, the first vampire was generation 1.
Right.
And then there's, like, you know, up from there. And each time the blood gets weaker as the more the generations go. And is that you're like 12th or 13th generation.
So it doesn't depend on who embraced you. It's like dependent on like
It is dependent on that because you can be embraced by someone who's like 7th generation in 2019, and you'd be 8th generation, right?
And that would inherently, so it does depend on what my benefactress, like what her blood is. Right?
I also think because your character's been taking payment from other vampires, feeding from other vampires, your blood potency has gone up because you've been consuming more powerful, more, you know, charged blood.
Yeah.
Okay? But I do think that that's taking your humanity down a dot.
Okay.
So do you see where it says humanity?
I do.
Fill in 6 of those.
Oh.
Not 7 like most of our characters.
So 1. But then why is there 5? Why is it 5 and 5? Is that just the setup, or does that mean
you can get up to 10 humanity, which means you are like almost. When you get up into high humanity, you start stop looking like a corpse, and you look like more like a human. You're more easier able to pass for human.
Okay.
Like humans are less scared of you. It does a lot of things, right?
Okay.
And as you get lower humanity, other changes. You become more monstrous and strange and corpse-like as you get lower humanity.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, you've been drinking from some vampires with higher blood potency than you, so you have gone to blood potency 2. So would you please look at the next page of your sheet?
Oh, separate page.
Yes, and there is a spot for your blood potency. If I'm not mistaken, it's right here. Would you give yourself 2 dots?
And so so you can get much more potent.
Yes, in fact, in one chronicle I ran, the vampires kept killing other vampires by draining them dry, and they kept going up in blood potency.
But that's bad.
It's bad. It's bad. It's just bad.
It's a choice.
All right, so that's great. So you were supposed to get a specialty in brawl or stealth. Blah, I don't like that. But what about a specialty in finance or persuasion? What about a specialty in persuasion like bargaining?
Yeah, I love that.
Right?
Yes.
So-
Especially, with the blood leech too, and bargaining. Okay, great.
You like that?
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Okay, so go to where it says persuasion, and then on that line write bargaining. And anytime you're bargaining over something, I'm going to give you an extra die.
Okay, so I don't fill in another one. I just write bargaining.
It's called a specialty. And actually, you were supposed to get specialties in academics. You don't have any. Craft, you don't have any. But performance and science should have specialties. So I think we said for your science, chemicals, right?
Yeah.
So write chemicals on that line.
Hell yeah.
Anytime you're doing a science roll that deals with chemicals, you can help with that. And then also,
I don't need to know anything about chemicals, right?
your character,
My character,
Jackie?
me, Jackie.
No. You
Okay,
don't.
I'm like
And
Windex.
I'll tell you a secret. I don't know anything about chemicals.
Cool.
So I'll be like, you get the chemical that will make a corpse dissolve.
And I'll be like, I know what that is.
Maybe I'll be smart enough that day to actually give it some kind of fake name.
Okay.
But maybe I won't.
Cool. All right, great. Just want to make sure.
And then let's see. We said performance. Is there a particular type of performance? I mean, she loves Broadway.
She does.
She wants to be a singer.
Singer. Maybe she wants to be a singer, and like maybe it's one of those where it's like inside of her, but she's also like, again, only pussies and rich people have time to be a singer. But
Yeah.
now I kind of have.
Now you're
time
a
to be
vampire
singer.
diva, yeah.
Yeah, so I can
think
do whatever the hell I
singing
want.
is a good specialty for that. So that covers our specialties. Okay. So
Annoying is what
Okay.
it sounds like, but
great. Now we gain some flaws, okay? So I think it says to gain the dark secret Diablerist, where you're not a Diablerist, or the shunned flaw. And that I think makes sense. Because I think that you are not a normal Toreador, and people don't consider you some other vampires don't consider you a real Toreador because you're not like high class.
Right.
And so they shun you. Let me read exactly what shunned means if I can find it here.
I can fuck right off. I'll tell you.
So flaws are things, everybody has to take them. Here they are. Actually, it would be easier to do it like this. Here it is. I found it. You're completely loathed by this sect. You betrayed them, crossed a local leader, or fought them in the past. Members of this group will actively work against you if they can. So it's sort of the opposite of status. Let me just pitch this to you.
Okay.
And we know problems make the game more interesting.
I know.
Can you take the shunned flaw and its other Toreador that kind of hate you?
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah, I
Does
can
that
do
make
it.
sense?
Yeah, it does
So
make
that means
sense.
your own clan kind of don't accept you.
But I also feel like in the same way that's like, I'm a bitch, but you kind of like me after a while. I feel like it's one of those things where they are, but I feel like I could get them like, I'm fine with them not liking me, but
That can be your storyline.
I'm gonna get them.
That can be your storyline. So here on the second page, we're gonna go to where it says merits.
merits.
And because this is a flaw at the bottom, you're gonna write shunned. We put flaws at the bottom and the good ones at the top. Merits
Okay,
and
great.
advantages. Put shunned, and that is worth 2 dots for you.
Shunned.
Shunned.
Just like the Amish.
Exactly like that.
Thank you.
All right.
I went on Rumspringa. It's vampire Rumspringa, and I ain't fucking coming back.
Okay. So let's see here.
God, vampire Rumspringa would
This is-
really be great. And if there's a way that we could figure out a way for us all to try being a vampire for a while.
Okay, so this is saying you gain the feeding flaw prey exclusion mortals. That means that you really don't like to prey on humans if you can help it. Does that seem true of your character?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think but also if I have to, like, I'm gonna.
Right. It's just going to be interesting because it's going to be a scene for your character. You're going to have to make like willpower rolls and like do all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, even doing it might make your humanity go down again or something like that.
Okay. So I'm sorry, what is this called?
It's called prey exclusion, and you can like write humans. And that is also worth 2 dots.
I wrote
Congratulations, Jackie. We've reached the second half of character creation.
Yeah, hell yeah. Second half?
We're at the halfway mark.
Ah, wow. Sorry, am I asking too many questions?
No, not at all. All right. So,
General question.
yes.
Is vampire, is it the same like in the world of D&D where obviously you can die in battle and it is, you know, you can die at any time, but is it the same kind of like where, oh, you're prone but you're not gone like
Or where
like,
you fall.
or like if anything, is there like in the world of vampire with death, is it like you can really just die at any time and then we would have to make a new character?
No, vampires, it's a lot harder to kill them, as you would imagine.
Right.
And you have to take aggravated damage in order to die.
Okay.
And there's superficial damage, which is damage that vampires take from fists, but also guns or swords.
Oh.
Do what's called superficial damage.
Okay.
You always have that damage, and then the vampires can just rouse their blood to heal it every turn.
Every turn, so it's not even like a long rest or anything like it is every turn.
Every turn, but you will get hungrier by rousing the blood.
Oh.
So you could become like famished, like starving because you healed yourself. Right?
Okay.
But aggravated damage comes from things like other vampires' fangs, if they can grow claws, sunlight, fire, those things do aggravated damage. And sometimes I rule that if like you're caught in an explosion or you've been completely beaten up and someone continues to beat on you, you know, you take aggravated damage. But vampires can only die from aggravated damage, and it's harder for them to heal that. They can't heal 1 aggravated damage every turn.
Okay.
They've got to like check to see if they get hungrier 3 times to heal 1 aggravated damage level per day.
Okay, great.
So if you got hurt by the sun, you're hurt for a couple nights.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay, great. Cool.
Okay, so we have made it all the way to your advantages. These are like things in the world that you can draw on for your company, for example, right? So you need to get 7 points of advantages. And let me kind of tell you what kinds of things I'm talking about. So you could, for example, have good looks. Like you could be like beautiful or stunning, and that would cost you a couple advantage dots.
Okay.
Right?
And how many advantage shots do you have?
You're going to have 7 altogether.
7, okay.
You could get an advantage where you have something called an iron gullet, where no matter what kind of blood you drink, you don't vomit it up. Like most vampires, that they try to drink bagged blood because it has chemicals in it, they would be like, oh, I wouldn't be able to keep it down.
Okay.
If you had the iron gullet merit, you could keep it down.
Okay.
Now, those are examples, but like there's examples like allies. You take some dots, and that means you have friends that will help you out, that you can call into the game, right?
Oh, call into the game.
Yeah, you could be like, well, if we're gonna go on this mission, I want some people to back me up. So I get my allies of 3 together, and I give them all guns, and we go in together.
And my posse.
My posse, right? Contacts. Contacts aren't like allies who would back you up, but they're like people you know who are extreme experts in something or well placed somewhere. Like you're like, oh, don't worry, I've got a guy in the NYPD who can get rid of that evidence for us.
The I got a guy.
That would be the I got a guy. That's contacts. There's fame. I don't think you have that. There's influence. You have the you have some pull in the mortal community. Somehow you have pull in the mortal community. That would be influence. There's herd. Herd are people that you have that allow you to feed on them. It doesn't sound like you had that because you're doing the blood leech thing. There is mask. A mask means you have a human identity that will pass a background check.
Oh.
Because a lot of people lose that when they become a vampire,
That
right?
makes sense, yeah.
They're declared dead or missing.
Right.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
But if you have mask, you can still like do business.
Oh.
Now, it doesn't mean that if you don't take that, you can't like get into a club or something. You have an ID, right?
Okay.
It just isn't going to pass a background check.
Okay.
Mala. A Mala are like other vampires who will help you out. Usually it's like a sire. Your sire, you might take a couple dots of Mala for your sire. She's like obsessed with you and will back you up.
Okay.
And give you advice, wisdom.
So that's like that is a step up from allies because it's a vampire. It's like a vampire crony rather than human cronies.
It's usually, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and usually they know a lot about vampire society. They're more like a information resource. And then there's resources, which I don't know how rich you made yourself with your company, but that's just money. So if you gave yourself some dots of resources, you have money
Okay.
to throw around. And then retainers. Retainers are people you feed your blood to, and they're obsessed with you, and they do what you want.
See, this is also, I really definitely want to bring that in.
So you have someone you're feeding from, and then you're feeding someone else.
Yes.
It's like a Lulu row of blood.
Yes. Oh, an MLM of suck.
It's an MLM of sucking.
Yes. Definitely into that. I definitely will have that, especially for. I'm intrigued by the I got a guy attribute too.
That's a good one too. So, and then finally status, but you took the flaw for status, which is shunned. So status, you could be like high placed in your clan, but instead your clan doesn't really like
They
you.
don't like me much.
Okay, so you get 7 dots here, and I want to keep 1 dot for your haven that you're going to share with your friends, with Henry and Ross's characters.
Oh, so it's like
Haven is like where you sleep during the day, and it's like secure and dark, and the sun can't get in.
Right.
And you put dots into that.
Okay.
So you really have 6 dots to spend here.
Okay.
So you liked the contact, right?
I like contacts.
You maybe like the Mala, the
Yeah,
sire,
I
right?
do.
And then maybe you have some money.
Yes, I definitely have money.
How do you feel about 2 in each of those things?
Would that give me enough? Like, is that too spread of my points? Or, like, do you usually recommend more in one to have more of a specialty?
Yeah, so 2 in resources, the money one, makes you middle class. Nice apartment or small house, several cars, high-end equipment.
Or could it be also that she just has that liquid money and she doesn't have a lot of assets?
Right, we don't have to, like, it doesn't definitely literally mean you have
Okay,
a nice
okay, cool,
apartment,
cool.
but it means, like, this is the kind of stuff you can afford.
Great.
Right? For the Mala at level 2, it means that your sire would be an ancile. An ancile is a age of a vampire. And ancillae they were embraced between the years 1780 and 1940. So
Okay.
your sire would be from that time
From that
period.
time period. So
Yeah,
that
as far back as you want or as recently as 1940.
Great. Okay. I
Okay.
definitely want points in that. And that is her being obsessed with me and coming to my aid.
She would probably be someone like, okay, so if someone, okay, Ross didn't take his sire as a background. So his sire is going to be around as a character, but not necessarily going to like really help him out.
Okay.
Whereas you could go to yours and be like, I need some information. What would you do about this? Or like,
Yes.
can you keep the prince's goons off my back long enough for me to do this? Like, you can ask favors from them.
Great. Yes, I like that. I like that a lot because I really feel like even though she can still go out and bang whoever she wants, I like that she likes me most.
Yes, she does.
I'm her favorite pet.
Well, Toreador become obsessed, don't they? So she
Yeah.
is obsessed with you.
Yeah.
All right, so, and then what else did we say? Oh, contacts. So the contacts at level 2, 2 dots of contacts give you
So should I?
A one contact who can do or get something useful for you. Examples are a small-time gun dealer or a veterinarian.
Oh.
So you're not going to be able to go like, I'll call the chief of police.
Okay.
But you could be like, I know someone who can get us guns, or I know someone who can,
Anything that we could.
Yeah, but you need to, once we've defined it, that's who that person is. So you don't have to right now tell me it's a veterinarian. But when we play, if you go, oh, maybe my contact is the person we know in the DA's office.
Oh, so
and then from then on, that's who the contact is.
Oh, you have specific contacts. It's
Right.
not just any guy. You have how many specific contacts do you get?
You could have, with 2 dots, you could have 2 kind of weak contacts or 1 kind of strong contact.
Okay. And that's something that I would figure out in the game.
Let's figure it out in the game, but please remember to use them, because sometimes I think people go, they get wrapped up in the game and they forget they have all these extra dots on that second sheet.
So would you recommend not going the contacts route?
I would recommend what I suggested, which is like 2 contacts, 2 mala, 2 resources.
And that's under merits?
Under merits, yeah.
Gotcha. All right. And mala is?
MAWLA.
Okay, and then
resources is what they call the money.
Yeah, because I'm assuming Ross doesn't have any money, and I know
He has a little bit, I think.
Okay.
He has a little because he's a trust fund hipster.
So maybe should I not have resources?
I think you should. You had a company.
Yeah, I mean,
again, it's not like it's going to be
you're
like
right. She's just gonna make more money.
yeah, and then take Haven at 1 dot. Haven, because you guys are going to share Haven dots.
Great.
Okay, but now you need to have 2 points of flaws in addition to the flaws you already have.
Okay.
So here are our options. You could have a dark secret. You could have what are called folkloric banes, which means like crosses work against you, or garlic. Nobody ever really wants to go with that.
Annoying.
You could, here's one that would be interesting for you. Bond junkie. You really like being blood bonded to other people. Like you're drinking from them all the time, and you're like, you get into it. So you become it says, the bond feels sweeter to you once it happens. Subtract 1 die from your dice pools to act against a blood bond. So I told you about how if you drink from someone 3 times, it starts to be hard to go against their wishes.
Yes.
It's even harder for a bond junkie.
Oh, wow.
Maybe that's why you try carefully not to actually get.
Yeah, and to really go make sure I'm sucking from different people.
Right. But what about your sire? Do you suck from her regularly?
Yeah.
So you might already have a blood bond to her.
So she does have control over me.
Yeah, but again, by control, it's not like you are her zombie or anything like that.
It's more like a loyalty, which honestly this character would have.
Right. See, it bleeds into you're like, this is me. It's not the blood. I have decided that I like this person.
Right. Whoa, a blood bond, what is it? The flaw denier, you know?
Yeah, so what do you think? You like bond junkie? That's kind of interesting.
Junkie.
Yeah,
I like bond
let's
junkie.
go bond junkie. That's pretty cool.
I'm a bit of a clinger. I mean, I was difficult to date, surprisingly.
Yeah. And then we need another.
You said 2 dots in that?
You can. I think it's only a 1 dot flaw.
Great.
So you can take a 1 dot for
Love
that.
that.
And if you wanted to, we could just kind of double down on that and make it a long bond. Actually, that would be bad for you. If the blood bond lasts longer, if you get blood bonded, that's 1 dot too, and you'd be done. Just a thought, because then it could be like this thing where you want to get paid in blood, but you have to be careful.
So if I take on that flaw, it just means that the blood bond just lasts longer, and then does it also come on quicker?
No, that's a different thing that you haven't taken.
Okay.
So it would still take like 3 different drinks.
Okay.
But then it's harder for you to go against it.
Okay.
And it lasts longer because normally if you don't drink from someone for a long time, it kind of, the bond becomes weaker, but not with you.
Okay.
Or not,
If
it takes longer for it to become weaker.
Longer for it to become weaker if I took that.
That's, yeah, if you took it. Because you could also take, for example, enemies. You could take infamy. You are famous for something horrible. It doesn't really sound like you.
No.
Dark secret.
Now, is it a dark secret? I feel like if, having a human brother that I'm still trying to secretly bankroll, or like either secretly or, it's like the kind, I don't know what that, I haven't like figured that out yet. Could that be a dark secret of like, where I don't want anyone to know that I have that human connection because I wouldn't want anybody going after him?
That's a really great question. I think that he is one of your touchstones, which we're going to get into next.
Okay.
I don't know that he's a dark secret because nobody in kindred society would be like, she has a brother, she's bankrolling. That's like awful. Like, you know what I mean? It wouldn't, you wouldn't lose status for it, really.
Okay.
Let's see.
Like dark secret, man. Toreador hate me, and I feel like they'd hate me even more if they ran a dark secret.
Yeah, I'm not seeing. I think you should take. Oh, here's something that could work for you. You could have stalkers. You have a tendency to attract people who become a tad too smitten with you for your own good.
Done. Yep. That's it.
All right, there it is.
That's it. I don't want stalkers. I'm just saying that, it's kind of fun.
No, that's perfect. All right, that's good. We're done with our advantages.
So I know it's not fun to have a stalker. I know nobody wants a stalker.
No. This is all.
I want to be loved, Jared.
This is melodrama, right, guys?
Yeah.
And
guys.
it's kind of a dark fantasy, so it is going to be a little different from how things work in real life.
Gray.
But we understand that in real life, these things can be quite scary.
And stalker just 1 dot.
1 dot.
Great.
So now you need your convictions and touchstones.
Okay.
Do you see on the top of your second sheet how it says convictions and touchstones?
Yes.
So I think, just to keep it moving along, let's come up with 1 conviction, and we already have 1 touchstone, your brother.
Brother.
Okay?
So do I just write down brother?
Yeah, brother, and do we, and this is just for you and me, do we know kind of what's wrong with him? I would like him to be able to talk to you and interact with you.
I was trying
Is he in trouble a lot? Or he could be sick. He could be sick, but he could also be like
maybe
in trouble all the time.
He could also be in prison, and it's literally like I'm trying to fill his commissary, like, and make sure that like because I wouldn't want him to think I'm dead.
I'm going to stop you. I don't want him to be in prison.
Okay.
I want you to have scenes with him.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess then. Yeah, maybe he is in and out.
But he could be sick. He could be sick, or he could be. Ross gave himself, his character has a more respectable sister who like went into finance,
Okay.
Isn't a part of that like art world or whatever.
I feel like there's something with the brother of the reason why I feel like this is helping him. Like, I think that a lot of even me becoming a vampire, all of it was because losing our parents, I always felt a need to take care of him in some manner. So that's why I wouldn't want him to think that I was dead. I would still want to interact with him. But how would I get that across if, like, I can't see him during the day anymore and I'm all of a sudden... Or you do kind of get lost in a new relationship and maybe he just thinks I'm obsessed. So, like, whatever's going on with him and wherever he's stuck, because it's like, is he in a rehab? Is he in a... Like, I don't want to make it that, like... He's in like a one flew over the cuckoo's nest kind of thing, but like...
Why not? I don't want him to be in a prison or an institution.
Okay.
But if he is someone who struggles with mental health,
yes,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
If he's someone who struggles with addiction, that's interesting.
Yes.
If he's someone who has maybe a gambling addiction, that's
Ooh,
interesting.
gambling addiction.
Or I'm not saying you have to do those things. He could just be a younger guy who's struggling to make ends meet in New York City and doesn't know why he can't get his sister to meet him for lunch.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it depends on what you think is most interesting to you.
Okay.
It sounds like you have to support him, though, right?
I do definitely have to support him. And
sick is fine, too, as long as it's not like he's always in the hospital, you know?
Right. But then what is that in between? I feel like it's like I don't want him to be... there's a reason why he can't support himself, and I can't figure out what that is.
Well, let's think about it. But for now, just put brother.
I'll just put brother
for your touchstone, and then let's come up with a conviction. A conviction is a belief that your character has. You can come up with more than one if you want, but they basically are like, these are the rules I live by. Like, for example, one of her convictions might be like something about hard work. Like, hard work is its own reward or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, like, another conviction would be like, never murder. You know, people have convictions like that. Hard to be a vampire and have that conviction.
Yeah.
Another conviction could be like eye for an eye. You know, like my character. I'm giving you examples, not necessarily for your character, but just to give you an idea what convictions are.
Yes. Okay. So, because I do feel that, like, more so than anything, she's definitely loyal. And definitely...
Loyalty is, that's great. Like, loyalty matters, or loyalty is my first priority, or something, however you want to phrase it.
I'm not trying to, like, pull a Fast and the Furious, like, family, you know what I mean? But I do feel there is an essence of that.
Yeah, I love that.
So yeah, I guess loyalty above all else. Great.
And you know what? Let's leave it there. You have one conviction and one touchstone. And then if we're playing the game and you're like, I really think I would add this other conviction, then great. We'll put that in there.
Great.
All right. Let's see. We've got that. We've got your humanity at 6, right? Because you lost a little bit. You, at the top of your sheet, you need to put that you are blood potency. Your blood potency 2, but your generation is 12th generation. You are a 12th generation vampire. And now I'm going to give you a bunch of stats.
Okay.
And they go on your second page.
Sheet. Great.
And they are, let's see. Oh, they go right here, okay? So because you're blood potency 2, for your blood surge, do you see where it says blood surge?
Correct.
+1 die.
So I just write +1 die?
Mm-hmm. And then for superficial damage mended, something about damage mending, do you have that?
Damage mending, I've got power bonus, mend amount.
2 points. Ross's character, blood potency 1, can only do 1 point. You can rouse the blood to heal 2 points of damage in 1 turn.
Hell yeah, okay.
Discipline power bonus, +1 die. Discipline rouse reroll. Do you see that? Something like that there? That's level 1. You have a Bane severity of 1.
And what do rouse, reroll, and Bane severity mean?
So, okay. So when you are using your powers, you're going to roll to see if you get hungrier, because that means you're using up your blood.
Great.
And as you get hungrier, your dice get replaced with hunger dice.
Okay.
So you're rolling these dice pools of like your dexterity plus athletics, right, dice. But then your hunger is 3, so you take 3 of those dice and you replace them with hunger dice.
Okay.
If you ever like get a critical success or a critical failure, and the hunger dice were part of that, like, you know, you rolled like, you failed, but you rolled like the lowest number on the hunger dice.
Okay.
Your vampiric nature takes over. And for Toreadors, that means you become obsessed with something. Your blood makes you suddenly fascinated or obsessed with something or someone.
Cool.
For Ross, it means his character starts seeing hallucinations.
Fun.
Stuff like that.
Hell yeah.
So you're and getting hungrier is the whole game. That's how all the powers work. And we'll go into all that when we play.
Great.
But your character is a little more powerful because you chose the blood leech in your blood potency too. You're a little bit more powerful with all that stuff.
Sick. All right.
So we have set your health and your willpower. We figured out what those are. There are 5 for each of them. Those will be important trackers during play. Now we're just going to choose the discipline powers, and we're done.
Great.
Okay.
Love it.
So we talked about your auspecs. So in auspecs for level 1, your level 1 power, you can choose heightened senses, which just means like you can smell a person walking down the street. You can hear a pin drop. You know what I mean? Like you can pick out things with your eyes other people can't. That would be heightened senses. Then there's sense the unseen, meaning you are good at seeing invisible stuff, magical stuff. Supernatural things.
I like that.
So you need to choose between those 2.
Now, I do have 2 dots for auspecs.
We're going to get the second level power in a minute.
So you choose 1 and 1. Okay, so it's heightened senses or...
Sense the unseen.
I think it's sense... I'm going to go sense the unseen.
Sense the unseen. Okay, great. So that's your level 1 auspecs power. Sense the unseen. Whenever there's something supernatural hiding in plain sight, the storyteller, that's me, makes a hidden roll of wits plus auspecs against the difficulty they choose. Against an entity actively trying to stay hidden, the storyteller can call for a blind roll. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, you'll have a chance to see anybody sneaking up on you with invisibilities.
Okay. And is that something you can just cast at any time?
It is kind of, yeah.
Okay.
It could be like, I'm using my unseen sense to see if there's anything around us.
So it's not like you don't have to like take a point off like every time you use it or anything?
No, but some powers, not this one.
Okay.
But some powers require you to do a rouse check to see if you get hungrier.
Great. Okay.
Because you're using your blood. And then the level 2 auspecs power is the one we talked about, premonition.
Yes.
Where you're gonna get like
insights.
visions of the future.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you wanted celerity, right? That's the other one we did.
Yeah, and presence.
Celerity. Oh, and presence. That's right. Okay. So with celerity.
Yeah, I'm strong, crazy as shit.
You're crazy strong, dude. Okay. Do you want for level 1 cat's grace, which is that sort of supernatural balance, or rapid reflexes, dodging guns?
I think I'm gonna do rapid reflexes.
Rapid reflexes. That's another free power. It's not going to cost you any hunger to do that.
Hell yeah.
You suffer no penalty to your defense pool for a lack of cover against firearm attacks. And, you know, sometimes I let people interpret these things liberally and do little tricks with them and stuff.
Little rapid tricks.
And then
Great.
with presence, I think with presence, the way to go is with awe, but you might have one other choice.
Okay.
So awe adds to your persuasion dice pools, right? It adds your presence dots to any skill roll involving persuasion or performance, as well as to other charisma-related rolls. So you get +1 from your power. Okay. You could also instead take daunt. Instead of attracting people, the vampire uses this power to repel. With this power, the user appears threatening and exudes an aura of menace, powerful enough to make most mortals avoid their attention. So you add your presence rating to intimidate rolls.
No, I'm going to go awe.
You're going to go awe.
Yeah, I'm going to go awe.
AWE. Now, we might have missed a detail here or there. We still need to know the brother's name.
And also, yeah, and you know, that connection to...
who the contact is, maybe.
Oh, and who the... so...
What connection were you talking about?
and also just thinking of my connection with my brother and what he's going through.
Yeah, what is he going through?
I want to be more of an enabler position. I think that it is... I think something mentally human wrong with me of just keeping him alive.
Okay, great.
When he keeps trying not to be.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds fraught.
Yeah.
That's your homework, I guess. Like,
Okay.
go home and
So contacts and...
contacts and your touchstone, your brother. Figure that out.
Okay, great.
But other than that, we're done. I really love this character.
I'm very excited.
There's a lot to work with
There's
here.
a lot going on here, and I'm really excited.
Thanks, Jackie.
Thank you, Jared. Thank you for explaining everything to me.
It's so easy. It's fun. We're going to have a good time. Are we going shirts off when we actually play the game though, or are we going shirts on?